Hello, beautiful souls. This is Shaman wanting to check in with all of you, see how you're doing, making sure you feel nice and loved up, feel really good, and just know how blessed you are in life. Why in this time in our evolution are we blessed? Because there was a time in our life when we communicated only through thought and through ideas. And now we're communicating through energy and through frequency and through feelings. And that's really powerful for our species. And that's just it's gonna ramp up. It's ramping up. It's gonna keep ramping up. That's real good. Nice. And so it's just nice to be able to be on the planet with everyone right now during this momentous time. I'm excited for your wedding. Will we get to see it? That's a very good question. I think it's being broadcast, but I think it's being broadcast in Europe. I will find out. Anyway, yeah. So, being able to recognize how powerful you are, right? And every day you get this amazing opportunity from spirit, right? These forces of darkness, or these underworld beings, as we call them, right? And we're not going to judge them as bad. They're just misaligned or not in balance or not in harmony, beings. It's another opportunity for us to show up, not show up with hate or sinking to the very energy that they're showing up with, but no, showing up with love, showing up with wisdom, showing up with education, showing up with amazing opportunity to demonstrate love. And every time someone says something rude to you or disrespectful or any of these things, it gets under your skin and you just want to scream. You might want to rip someone's head off. You might want to bite their head off. You want to go off on them. You want to curse at them. Let me tell you something, okay? And I'm going to tell you this straight out. It's easy to tell someone and call someone a name. It's easy to be negative. It's easy to curse someone out, to yell at them, or put easy. That's easy. So when I see people take that easy road, I'm like, that's weak sauce, yo. That's weak sauce. Straight up weak sauce, right? Because that's easy. It's easy to tell someone to flip someone off. It's easy to tell someone to go F off. It's easy to tell someone off. It's easy to call someone names. It's easy to get angry. It's easy. When we actually grow and challenge ourselves, when we are met with people who talk trash or lies about us, and we get an opportunity from God, from Source, from all the beings of light, abating our every moment. In that moment, they're all waiting. They're waiting. They're like, okay, is this the moment where you're going to demonstrate love? Are you going to demonstrate Are you going to demonstrate what it means to be a love ambassador? Are you going to demonstrate what it means to be powerful, but in the light? You can be powerful and still be in the light. And a lot of times the test that you're being given when something is being thrown at you energetically that's negative or uncomfortable, right? Or it's a spirit or an entity or whatever it is. And you utilize that moment to go to the darkness within your own behaviors, within your own words, within your own thinking, within your own emotions, instead of holding the foundations of love, being a demonstrator of love, using that as this is an opportunity for me to show the universe and to show God that I understand. I'm going to demonstrate love in the most beautiful way, right? And you may be pissed off and get upset, but don't call someone and talk to them when you're pissed off. Cool down, get into a grounded state, bring yourself fully in the present moment, and then demonstrate love. Because every time you demonstrate love, when darkness rears its face or its head or comes at you in some way, be it through a family member, a friend, or through media, or through someone in social media, you get to rise into higher levels of dimensional consciousness. You get rewarded energetically from the universe because you send out a message that says, I chose through free will to demonstrate love. Because hating someone, getting mad at them, cursing them out, all that stuff, that's easy. That's for the weak sauce. That's weak sauce all day. That's weak spaghetti sauce. That's all soppy spaghetti sauce, weak sauce nonsense, right? But if you can demonstrate love when someone pisses you off, you can demonstrate love when someone puts you down, when someone doesn't believe in you, when someone is being rude, or even if someone is yelling and being abusive, and you just simply say, look, I want to know how I can support you right now because I love you and I care about you. So what's going on? What can we do here? And if that person doesn't want to understand that you're demonstrating that love, then you got to let them have their space. Sometimes people have to have a temper tantrum by themselves. But as long as you keep giving more opportunities for you to show up in the world and demonstrate love in the face of adversity, the higher and higher you will go in your spiritual evolution. I kid you not. The greatest thing that I have done for myself is let myself be put into situations where people are just talking bad about me, making lies about me, saying all kinds of crazy stuff about me. And whereas before I would get upset and I'd fight back and I'd be like, that's not true, that's not true. You can't convince someone about what's true and not true if they've already made up their mind about you. Like there's people in the world who think horrible thoughts about me, and that's okay because they can think whatever they want about me, because they're entitled to have that free will to think about those things about me. That's fine, right? I don't have to go and say, oh my God, that's not who I am. How can you see me that way, right? You won't convince someone who's already wants you to be evil or someone who wants you to be their villain. You're not going to convince them otherwise. They don't want to be convinced because they've already made up their mind. So if you even attempt to convince them, which would be a waste of your energy and time, okay? And I'm going to tell that to you right now. So if you have someone who thinks something about you and you're trying to convince them that you're a good person, just stop. Don't do it. Convince them you're a good person, because they're just not going to respond to that because they've already made up their minds by love. So let them have their cake and their ice cream and whatever it is they feel like on is their own belief systems. And the only thing they're chewing on is their disillusionment. And you let them have that disillusionment. Let them have it. Because the people who really know you will never ask you to convince yourself that to convince them that you're a good person. You know, a lot of times I'll hear women say to me, I can't believe you did that to me. I'm such a good person. That's right. You were a good person. You are a good person. And he did that because he obviously see what an amazing person you are. And who cares if he can't see it? That's just a sign for you that you've been saved again by the universe to make a decision to choose a life where people who you surround yourself with see the truth, know the truth, and live the truth in the presence of your light as you live the truth in the presence of their light. You know, that's it. Like, you don't need to sit there and grab their leg. Please stay, don't leave me. No. You don't want to be on the leg. Get off the leg. Open the door. Say your bags are packed. It's time for you to go. Thank you for the time that we spent together. I've learned a lot about loving myself, but now I'm calling in my true mate who sees me, loves me, and adores me. And I don't have to do a song to wonder if they love me. I don't have to scream with them and argue with them and plead with them and beg them, you know? No. You know, one thing that really I always say to my female friends, it's like, if a guy tells you he's sorry and he's all these things, I don't care. If he says, I'm sorry, I'll do better, I'll buy you some flowers. Okay. Let me tell you something about that guy, okay? That guy feels that he can give you the sweetest words and a little baby face and everything and tell you he's going to change or he's not going to be that person, whatever. And you know what you say? You know what? I hear what you're saying. And I appreciate your words, but nothing means nothing until action is brought into the picture. Nothing means nothing until you see him calling someone to get help. Nothing means nothing until you see him actually making the changes. When I tell my fiance that I'm sorry about something and I'm going to change, I say it and I do it. I don't want her to react to my words. I want her to react to her. My actions is what tells her if I really understand what she's saying to me. See? And then she comes to me and says, I noticed that you've been changing this and that. Yes, because you see it. And I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for me so I can be a better man. But you are giving me this opportunity. And that's another thing. Man, let me tell you something. Okay? And I'm going to say this to all my homies out there, right? Here's my homies. Where's all my homies, all my males, right? All my men. And even if you're in a male and male relationship, it doesn't matter because this is for the men. We have an issue in our society today. And I'm going to tell you what the issue is. Okay. I'm going to tell you what the issue is so you can understand. The issue is that men think that if there is something that they have to go change in their behaviors, then something must be wrong with them. And if they're not good enough, then they beat up on themselves and then they keep thinking that what's the point? I shouldn't care and I don't give a shit and all this other stuff, because men go into this very downward spiral when it comes to the idea that there's something wrong with us. Whereas women, on the other hand, see the idea of something being wrong with them as an opportunity to grow, an opportunity to expand, an opportunity to elevate. And it's time for more men to be sitting in those spiritual groups. And, when I do a workshop, I should say a love shop, really, and I have groups, I see a room of 100 women and 3 men. That's something that's telling me something about our planet, right? And it's not just in LA. This is in London. This is in Turkey. This is in Israel. This is in every country I go to. I see like women, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men. And the problem is because men don't like to be told that there's something wrong with them. But that's because they need to learn how to be humble. Okay. And let me tell you what humble pie is. Humble pie means that we all have to evolve. All of us. We all have to evolve. Okay. And one thing I cannot stand more than anything is when a woman is evolving in the relationship and I watch my male buddies not evolve, I'm going to check you. Because men, we have to start looking out for our brothers and start checking them. When you see your bro and he's still behind and his wife or his girlfriend or anyone he's in a relationship with is putting in the time and the energy to make changes in the evolution and things aren't getting better because you choose not to, don't blame it on any of those things. Because let me tell you something, if your relationship you're with has to come to you and ask over and over the same thing like a broken record to make changes and you don't take it seriously, then you're not ready for a relationship. You're still a little boy. You're not a grown man. Okay? Because little boys take offense to being told what to do because they think it's mommy telling them what to do. Oh, mommy's telling me what to do. I'm going to go in my man cave and shut her out. That's not a man. That's a little boy. I'm sorry to say it's the truth. And you can tell me, oh, you know what? Shut up, Shaman Durek. You don't know what you're talking about. No, I do know what I'm talking about. Because I knew the difference between when I was a boy and when I became a man is when I could sit in front of my fiance and listen to her tell me all the places where I need to grow, where I can ask my friends, is there places where you feel that I can grow in friendship? Where I can ask my children, is there places, Dad, do you think I can be a better father to you? Please let me know. You see, because a man is not afraid to ask how he can evolve because he knows that the more he evolves, the stronger his tribe, the stronger his family, the stronger his network of friends, the stronger he is in being able to show up in the world today. But when you take offense to it, when your woman is either having to scream at you to get your attention because you cut her off every time she goes to talk, because you're trying to debate with her instead of open your ears and shut your mouth, because you were given this amazing blessing from whoever you are in the relationship with to give you insights on ways that you can become a more refined human being. And let me tell you something. If you are a person that has to be told over and over and over again, then you're not ready for a relationship, because no one should date a little boy. And I say this to all my gay male friends. If you're with a person that you have to keep asking them to hear what you're saying or things that they've done, they tell you they're going to make the change, but they don't pick up the phone or do anything where you see physical change, you're not dating a man. You're dating a little boy, a little squirrel. You're dating a little squirrel, and that little squirrel hasn't had enough experience in the world yet to be able to realize what partnership represents and what to be in a union. When someone is getting married or says, oh, you're my boyfriend or my girlfriend, or you're my boyfriend and boyfriend, or whatever it may be, right? It's a union. You are joining your team together to grow together, to evolve together, to build things together. And if you can't even listen to your other eyes and ears who see things that you don't see, and you want to fight with it, because you were doing what was necessary to make the tribe strong. There would be no complaints if you were actually getting up and listening to them, shutting your mouth, hearing them, and appreciating the wisdom that they're sharing with you so you can refine yourself and be a better person. So if you are feeling all kind of bent up and triggered and whatnot, those triggers are there to help you to grow. Every time I get triggered, I go, okay, I'm face to face with my ego. Let me make the changes, not through words. Because I always tell my women, I said, don't listen to my words, follow only my actions. Because if I'm not willing to show you that I'm willing to take action, not only for myself, but also because of that what you brought to the table, then you shouldn't be with me, because I'm still not grown up. I'm still not a man. You see, a man is not afraid to ask his friends how he can be a better person. A man is not afraid to ask his woman or his guy, his boyfriend or husband, how can I be a better person? How can I love you better? How can I show up better? How can I listen to you? How can I make you feel heard? Okay, that's the level of accountability and the level people need to raise up to the standards to. So if you're a person and you are dating someone or with someone who is not at that standards, if you're a person where you have to tiptoe in your house and not let them know you were at meditation class because you're afraid they're going to make fun of you, that's not your partner. I hear so many times people saying, is this person my soulmate? You won't even have to ask that question. When I met my beloved, is she my soulmate? I had to go to a psychic. Is this person my soulmate? They go to someone. Is this my soulmate? Is this my twin flame? I know she's my twin flame. And you know how I know she's my twin flame? Because she doesn't put up with my bullshit. And I'm a force to reckon with. And anyone who knows me and is friends with me knows my willpower and the way I make things happen. I'm a powerhouse. So it takes a powerhouse to handle this guy. So if my woman can tell me something and she's telling me, not because she's trying to hurt me. And see, that's the thing men get in their head because they go back to the baby complex. They go in inside. I knew she loved me because she was willing to see some place where I can grow and be better. And I can't stand the empty space. And what I need to do is go around the room and ask this person, how are you doing? What inspires you? What makes you feel good? It's not about me. And what she did was she helped me to start getting comfortable doing that. The burn is real, but the burn is the ego transforming through the light that is burning like a furnace inside, like fire, like a hot fire. Just burning inside. Gonna burn you up. Gonna burn you like a fire, burn you up until you make that change. Gonna burn you up. Gonna burn you up. Gonna light the fire until you make that change. Because when it's a blessing. And as much as I want to say, shut up and you don't know what you're talking about and try to argue with her, that means I didn't receive the blessing from God. That means that I didn't realize that I'm not ready for a relationship. Because to be in a relationship is to be able to receive that blessing and feel the burn and let myself feel that burn. And the same goes for her too. I do it to her, she does it to me. And it's not she's trying to hurt me or put me down. You see, men, we sometimes think, oh, she's trying to put me down. She's saying I'm not good enough. She's saying this, and then we immediately put her into mother category. A lot of times men will go and cheat on women because they want a dopamine rush. They want a quick fix dopamine release in their body. They want another person to tell them how amazing they are and how great they are and all that kind of stuff. But relationship isn't bent on just filling up your ego. It's about evolving. So I told one of my buddies, I said, he's looking for a girlfriend. I said, you're not ready for a girlfriend. He goes, why do you say that? I say, because you're not ready to hear what the woman has to say. Your last girlfriend yelled at you and told you that you didn't listen. Why would you try to throw yourself in another relationship where you're not ready to listen? He goes, I'm ready to listen. I said, okay, so you're okay with a woman coming into a relationship with you and telling you about yourself? He goes, no. I said, exactly. So you're not graduated yet. So you're not ready for a relationship. So why are you going to go in a relationship and break some young girl's heart or break some woman's heart, right? Because you going to create all kinds of drama and craziness because you're not really ready to be in a relationship. You need to do some inner places within yourself where you can realize what partnership means. What is it? It's not just filling an empty hole, an empty space of your loneliness. It's about a partnership. It's a relationship too. It is a connection too. That's what we're talking about here. You understand? That's what we're looking at here, right? Everyone wants to meet their twin flame, but you ain't ready for your twin flame. Your twin flame gonna drop it on you like it's hot. You're gonna be burning up like a furnace when you meet your twin flame. And that goes both ways, men and women, men and men, women and women, women, man and man. It don't matter how it's set up. What matters is the connection and the energy and how it's being presented. If you cannot take in constructive criticism, if you cannot ask your children, how can I be a better parent? Then you aren't ready to have kids. Because I hope I'm a good parent. You're going to be people pleasing your kids to win the parent year award and not even realize that it's about finding the place where you can communicate and be transparent and open a little bit more. Is there places where you see and make sure that your kid feels safe enough to tell you? Because some kids won't feel, you might have created an environment of dictatorship where your kid won't even tell you what they really feel because they're scared of what they tell you, what they really feel about you, that you're going to ground them or punish them or scream at them or get mad at them or try to debate them. Then you're not ready. And I say this, and people can get mad at me all they want, get mad all day. I mean, I don't care. There's a level of maturity that is required spiritually for you to handle certain levels of relationship. And if you're not ready to grow, I have friends, I ask them, what is it you think I need to mature in? One of my friends said to me, when people make mistakes, when you go to a really nice hotel or something and they make a mistake because you're paying a lot of money, Dirk, sometimes you get a little snappy. I go, what do you mean I get snappy? He said, you don't get snappy, but you get like irritated. And I do, because I'm real about it. I'm not here to play games. I don't pretend to be what I'm not to be. I am who I am, and I know, and I can change things. And so I'm a bougie bitch. I've always been a bougie bitch. If I come to a restaurant and I'm paying a lot of money for this food and you come here and you don't even know how to bring food to the table and doing kind of things like that, I go, excuse me, please, we ordered this, blah, blah, blah. Maybe my tones may not be right, but I'm a bougie bitch. And so, yes, but I always say to people this, I always say, I appreciate what you do. I do that. Even though I'm a bougie bitch, I will tell the garbage man, I appreciate everything that you do. I tell the servers, I appreciate everything you do, but don't you dare. I was at the Soho House and I was ordering some food and this guy had the nerve to come with his black pants on with stains all over his black pants and didn't even know and then took our order and totally forgot about our table. I'm a bougie bitch. I'm like, don't come to my table with dirty pants. I paid money to be in Soho House. You're going to come to pants. You come with some clean, go to the bathroom, get one of the rags at the back of the kitchen and take your little rag with some hot water and just clean the pants. Clean your pants up a little bit. Coming to me sloppy. I don't like sloppy, but that's me. But I'm a bougie bitch. You see, when my friends go out with me, they better go out looking good. If they don't, I let them know, stay home. And I'm real about it. There's nothing fake. So the thing is, when people, deal with me, right? Don't care if it's family, I don't care, whatever it may be. Okay. I'm going to tell you how it is. I'll tell you how I feel. You don't have to agree with it, and that's fine. But if I tell my buddy, and some of my friends who are here know how I am. My friend Venus, she knows. When I go out with my friends, if I feel like your outfit is not up to par to where I'm going, I'm going to ask you very nicely, with lots of love in my heart, go in your house and change your clothes. If you don't have the clothes, I'll buy you the clothes. Because I ain't playing games. You're not going to step out with me on the town looking all disheveled and mismatch this and mismatch that. No. And I'm real about it. That's how I roll. Facts. Exactly. Venus knows facts. And if you come to my table and you don't have table etiquette, you will not be eating at my dinner table anymore. It's just facts. That's just the way I am. But when it comes to accepting and loving you, I will always accept and love you. But it doesn't mean you have to hang out on my dinner table if you don't know how to understand how things go on the table. You see what I'm saying? But the thing is, when men are going into any relationship or any kind of relationship, you have to be willing to hear from other people. So my friend told me that he said, yeah, your bougie bitch sometimes becomes a little too bougie. So I said, okay, all right, I got you. So now what I'm going to do now is I hear what you said. So now I'm going to go in and look at why it's so bougie, right? And then he'll say, oh, you know what? I noticed that you weren't as bougie last time when we went to that restaurant. I said, yes, because I remember what you said to me, and I'm practicing the art of being more patient with these people. I put a smile on my face like this. Even they mess up my order, I'm like this. Y'all have the best service. But what I haven't done is I decided not to be bougie. I didn't make faces like this, or faces like, no, I smile like this. Big smile. Show them teeth. I'm practicing. But the point I'm making is the fact that he is able to tell me and the fact that I'm able to practice shows action. And that's what has to be shown in any relationship. It could be friendship. It could be relationship with people coming together relationship. It could be family relationship. I remember telling my dad, I said, Dad, these are the things that you're doing that are very dysfunctional. He said, what did you say to me? I said, maybe you could do this and be like this and like this, like this. He goes, boy, don't you come up in here trying to tell me how to be. I'm your father. I said, well, if that is the case and you are believing that you are without growth because you're my father, and you don't have any evolution to do, well, then we're going to have to, I don't care if you're Dr. Deepak, what's his name? Joe Dispenza. I don't care who you are and what you are and how many books, how many seminars you taught and how many people follow you on Instagram, TikTok, Boo Boo and Hee Hoo and Hee Ha and whatever, Snapchat and all the other things they got going on out there. So many things out there. I don't even know what's out there anymore. You always going to evolve. Don't ever think you do. Because the universe will throw you a curveball just to remind you that you're still in the game of evolution. Evolution is real, folks. And let me tell you, if you're not ready to ask your kids about your behavior, that's because you ain't ready to be told about your behavior because you think you're getting away with being a dictator. And if you can't ask your partner and they don't take action, then that's not the kind of partner you want to have. You don't want to have a partner who you can't communicate with because they're so busy taking it out of context because they're not really ready to have a partnership. And I tell this to all my girlfriends. I told my girlfriend just the other day, I said to one of my girlfriends, I said, this guy that you're with, that is not a man. She said, he's a man. He's a man. I said, why? Why is he a man? Because he drives a Ferrari? Because he has his own place? That don't make him no man. I said, he's not a man. I said, because the moment you try to tell him about how you feel about something or whatever, he tries to argue with you. And then he gets upset that, oh, you're always complaining. And the moment a man puts you in mommy mode means that he's a little boy. I'm sorry to tell you, this is not the person you want to get with. Because this is not a man. This is a person who doesn't know what it means to have a partnership. So everything you're going to do in this relationship is going to drive you crazy. You're going to lose your mind because you're going to keep saying, I keep telling him. I feel like he never listens. I feel like I'm never heard. And then when I go to talk to him, he argues with me and bickers with me and does all these. That's children shit. That's kid stuff. A man don't argue with his woman in that way. He may not agree with something, but if you try to help him become a better person and he fights you on it, then evolve by yourself. You cannot be with friends who don't choose to evolve, and then you're going to be evolving too. You're going to get bored of your friends. You're going to look at your friends. If you're not inspired by your friends, if your friends do not inspire you, you are not in the right group. If they don't have something to bring to the table, why are you friends with them? For what? Because they make you laugh? Ha, 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 ha. Go to see a comedy show. Oh, why? Because what? Because what? Because you can cry and share all your drama stories together from the past? Nobody wants the past. Archive that shit. Archive it. Enough is enough. Nobody wants to sit in the past anymore. Nobody wants to hear the past. The past, and this in the past, and oh my God in the past, and I was hurt in the past, I'm about in the past, I was abandoned in the past, I got beaten in the past, I was molested in the past, and past. Nobody wants that. Be done with it. Because the past, every time you go in the past, you're reliving it, and soaking it back into your cells, back into your organs, back in your body. No. Archive that shit and be done with it. Archive it. Be done with it. Focus on where you're going. Focus on now. Focus on this moment now and where you want to go from here. And if you have friends who do not inspire you, friends that do not bring something new to the table, they got to go. Okay? If they're not evolving with you, it's a no. It's a no. No. It's a no. Because why? Because if they're not evolving with you and they stay the same way they are, it's going to limit so many ways. I look for friends who challenge me. I don't go with friends who say yes to me. If I find a yes friend who says yes to me and doesn't challenge me, you got to go. I do not want ass kissers. I don't want people who say yes to me, because Shaman Durek isn't always right. And that's okay, because I'm here to evolve too. Deepak Chopra is not always right. Joe Dispenza is not always right. Stop putting people up on pedestals and thinking everybody's right just because they did some spiritual shit. All of a sudden, someone's doing ayahuasca. You think the ayahuasca master is always right. But like, he's always right. No, we're growing. We have to be challenged to keep, welcome to life. Congratulations. Welcome to life. We got to keep growing. We got to keep evolving. I have friends around me who call me out on my bullshit, and I love them greater for it. And I'm a Scorpio, so anybody who calls me on my bullshit, you know you're going to get love. You're going to get love. You're going to get love. And you know why you get love? Because you're not putting me up on a pedestal, because I can't stand that shit. People put you up on a pedestal so they can kick you down and watch you fall. Put you up on a pedestal and think everything is sweet and honey. And when they see something, oh, he didn't meditate today? Shaman Durek didn't meditate today? What kind of shaman is that? People be looking for things to find wrong with you because they themselves don't understand that everybody is growing. People tell me, oh, do you know about that person's past? I was like, don't you care about their past? Because they're not who they are. Their past is their past. Okay? Everyone's growing. Shit, if you saw the shit that I did in my past, you'd be like, what kind of shaman is he? No. I got into it. But the point I'm making is this, is that you grow. You make changes. Don't hold people stuck and put them in a frame and say, you know, one thing I cannot stand is when I hear this woman say to me one time, she said, oh, you know, that's my husband. That's how he is. He's never going to change. Well, thank you. I would break up with you in a hot second, telling people in the public that your husband's never going to change. You don't believe in his change. That means you don't see evolution in him. Why are you in the relationship when you sit there and say, oh, you know, or better yet, I say, oh, that person's going to be mad at me. How do you know? Because they're always mad. Oh, great. You don't see no possibility for someone to change their mind tomorrow or the next day. You just stuck in the same frame, doing the same thing in the same frame over and over again. Too much. You know, the greatest gift I got was when the press started writing all these horrible things about me. And I remember sitting back and praying to God and saying, God, why? I'm such a good person. I do so much for the world. I've dedicated. I've sacrificed so much. And the angels started laughing. God started laughing at me, laughing. It was so funny. They said, because you don't see the blessing yet. You think you're under attack. You don't see the blessing. You keep fighting these press people. You keep going out, talking to them, blah, 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 talking back and doing all this kind of stuff. You don't see the blessing that you've been given. I don't know what the blessing is. It's driving me insane. I can't take it. God said, don't you worry. When you understand the blessing, you'll see why this is important. But how can it be important? They're saying all these horrible things about me, lies about me, making me look like I'm a con man and all these different things that I dedicated my life since I was a kid to people. God says, yes, you did. And you did very well, son. Now, find the blessing and you will understand why this is so good for you. Fine. So I start meditating. My buddies come over. My friends come over. We're meditating. We're looking. We're going in. And then all of a sudden I just give up. I surrender and I meditate some more and boom, the blessing. Oh my God, the blessing is right in front of my face. It is the opportunity to demonstrate love. Of course, it's easy for me to bicker and fight with them. It's the opportunity to demonstrate love. I said, that's a blessing. And you know what? It took all the pressure off of me. It's like, oh, my mom is selling press. Okay, fine. This is what people choose to do. That's what they choose to do with their energies. However, I choose to stay in the light. I choose to be a child of God. I choose to stay in a place of love. And you know what that did? It gave me more blessings. All kinds of things have fallen on my lap because of me doing that. And not because God's saying, you're a good person, you're being rewarded. No. God is saying, you're holding true to the light. You're standing your ground in the light. You passed the test. You see the blessings. And that's but it was the ability to demonstrate love. And it lifted, such a cloud got lifted. Now, why am I saying this to you? Because every time someone tells you about yourself and a partner or someone who really cares about you, they're not telling you because they're trying to destroy you. They're telling you because they know you can be better and be greater. And that's a blessing that they see in you. It's a blessing when my sister or my nieces or my friends or her family or my family tell me places where I can grow. It's a blessing. And what it does is it lifts clouds and it allows the rain of blessings that have been sitting there waiting to come in because you lift the cloud. Some people create all kinds of things for themselves in the past. Holding on to things in the past keeps the past circulating through their consciousness, keeping it on, going in like a hamster wheel, circle and around, chasing the carrot, but never getting it because you didn't see what it was. You didn't see the gift that was being given to you. There's a gift in every painful thing you've ever gone through. There's a blessing in everything you've gone through. And let me tell you, there is. We have a beautiful meditation Friday coming up for some announcements, just to give you some announcements. We got a Friday meditation coming up, which is a past life regression meditation at Rama. If you can't make it in person, you can do it over the computer. Still sign up at Rama. We also have a webinar coming up soon, which is all about breaking down all your issues around money and why money isn't coming and flowing and doing all this kind of stuff. It's something you don't want to miss. It's going to be lit. If you haven't got on the Lit Vibe meditation app and joined the tribe and talk to other fellow members in the community and get on board, we're going to be loading up more meditations. We're going to be doing a lot more meditations, a lot of great meditations. We had a new one that we put up recently, which was about letting go of ancestral lack. That we program the energies in your body shamanically to release and let go of ancestral lack. That's under the abundance aspect of the meditations. It's changing. People have been writing letters talking about how it's changed their lives, how that they don't feel like there's that fear anymore. It's amazing. So if you're not on the Lit Vibe meditation and getting loaded up with all the hacks that I put up there and all of the amazing activation meditations, because they're not meditations, they're short meditations, 9-10 minute meditation activations that activate your energy. The Lit Vibe meditation app, it's where it's at. It's the new form of meditation. It's the new way of activating your energies using shamanic frequencies. You want to sign up and become a member, and then you can let everyone know that you're there, talk to the community, share stories, promote yourself, whatever it is you want to do on the app. It's there for your use. I'm on there all the time answering questions, talking to people. It's a place to be. All right. So let's see how much time I have. Who wants to go live with me? Okay, I got me. Let's see here. We're going to go live with Monica. Let's see here. We're going to go live with Monica. A bit of this, a little bit of that. All right, Monica, I set you up to go live. Let's see if you are going to respond. I see a wall. I see a light. I see another light. I see you.
Hi, Sean. Oh my goodness. Wow. How are you?
I'm great. Are you heading somewhere right now while you're live?
I was in my room, but I'm just heading outside. So yeah, I'm outside getting some fresh air.
Just make sure your reception doesn't go, because it looks like it's getting choppier and choppier the further you go away.
Could you hear me now?
Yeah.
Oh my God. But yeah, I'm so excited to be here. And yeah, I've been following you a lot recently. I got at the LA conference at Expo back in February, and since then, I remember you signed my book there, and it was a very emotional, very, very life-changing experience. And so yeah, I just want to say thank you for everything you do. Yeah.
I love you too. So how can I support you today?
I feel like right now at a very crossroad point in my life, and
point in the sense of you wanting to be more clear about what you want to do, or crossroad point more on dealing with people?
I say maybe even both, but I think more what I'm focused on is on knowing what I want to do. But yeah, like you're saying right now, we're humans, we're constantly evolving and we're moving. So I think I'm also just getting more comfortable with that. It's not about really having the set type of plan. It's just moving forward with it's it comes. But
question: where is your inner child in all of this?
And like I was telling you, the last several months that I'm becoming more conscious, and I'm kind of learning. So you asked where it is? Sorry.
Yeah, because consciousness is about being lighthearted. Consciousness is about lifting the veils of disillusionment that are heavy weights letting your inner child come through, because your inner child is the one that opens up the doorways to all the many things that it would like to experience while being on this planet, right? So, like, for instance, when you look at this planet, right, it's not about finding a career. Don't ever get into that mindset. It's not about finding a career. People who find careers are matrix programmed. It's not about finding a career. It's about doing the things you love. You can do multiple things you love, and if you love them, you won't see it as work. You won't see it as something that you have to go and make money from, right? So consciousness is being able to find that what you love and then ask the universe to put it into action for you. So every day you should wake up in the morning with a wish, and every night you go to bed, you should have a wish. So the universe always has something to be putting their energy to manifesting for you. So when you think about your inner child, because what I see in you is that you're too serious. Damn serious. It's almost like cry me a river. It's so tight and so serious about everything. I don't feel the inner child present. I feel a hammer and I feel a nail. That's what I feel. Okay. Yeah. And in a nail means you're just basically hammering and nailing and thinking that's consciousness. And consciousness doesn't exist in the hammer and the nail. That exists for the matrix. Consciousness exists in joy, playfulness, expression, freedom, lightness, lightheartedness, imagination, visualization, and excitement and play, right? And so when you don't have those very key wisdom dialed in energetically, then it becomes very challenging in your life. It becomes very, how do I say, dismal would be the better word. It becomes very heavy and grainy and gritty and rough. It doesn't sparkle and it doesn't shine and it doesn't glow and it doesn't emulate the energies of the divine, because the divine is not in heaviness and the divine is not in rough and the divine is not in beating up on yourself or feeling stressed out ever. It's about lightness and play and adventure and imagination and freedom and expression and so forth. And divine would never ask you to do something that you would look at as work, because that's the act of a slave. The act of a slave is doing something you don't really want to do, but you do it because you have to pay the bills. You're a slave. And slave consciousness doesn't work. So my question to you, again, is, and I can ask the spirits, where is her inner child? And they said, and you locked it up. Why did she lock it up? Protection. Why is she trying to protect her inner child? And from what? From people who take advantage of you that you allowed to. So that's interesting. And people who who have judgments and criticisms towards you, which you can't stand, which also comes from your family. And that energy, that old energy that you're still carrying around with you, which is the same thing you're doing to your inner child, is you're taking away the joy. You're sucking the joy right out of your life because you're locking your inner child up in your life. You lock me up, you will not find the thing that brings you the happiest joy on this planet. You will not. You will fall in line with the matrix and you will do what you think you need to do to get to a goal, but you will not live in freedom. That being said, time to bring your inner child back. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I'm going to create a frequency in your body to open up your energies, and you just tell me when you feel it. Okay. I felt something. You don't like to be told what to do, so let's remove that first. That's interesting. Okay, so I was going to create a different frequency in your body to let you understand that being told what to do, no one's telling you what to do. Spirit isn't telling you what to do. God isn't telling you what to do. We're only suggesting ways for you to live a greater life. Suggesting ways for you to have more happiness, suggesting more ways for you to make it easy. Do you want it easy?
I would like that.
No, that wasn't a question. Do you want it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So give me a second and tell me when you feel your body either taking a deep breath, yawning, swallowing, or coughing out this need for protection. And tell me when you feel your eyes blinking faster and faster.
Not really feeling it. Yeah, I feel something, but yeah. I don't know.
All right, just tell me. I'm just going to turn it up a little bit higher. What do you feel?
Like very lightheartedness of sense.
Tell me when you feel. I'm going to keep sending you energy until you let down that wall of yours. So give me a second. I'm gonna go in a bit stronger. Here we go. I mean, when you feel that,
I feel like a lot of peace, and everything seems, I don't know, quite still and.
Tell me stronger. Do you see what's happening to you? Creating more peace in your environment, and you're trying to fight the peace from getting in. You're trying to create, or you're trying to hold.
Sorry, what was that last part you said?
You're trying to hold a frequency of chaos. Chaos means I'm looking for something, waiting for something to happen. It's gotta, what's going to happen, instead of just allowing yourself to just be and notice what's being created for you right now energetically. So I'm going to do it again, and tell me when you feel it. And watch what happens when you start feeling it. You're going to do this thing with your lips, and you're going to do this thing where you're going to like want to shake your head no, because that's the spirit inside of you that wants to fight it. So go ahead and resist it. Resist it with everything you've got. And I'm just going to turn it up a little bit higher. See that? See what you just did?
I think I'm feeling.
And every time I point it out for you, so you can pay it, so your awareness expands to what you're doing, how you're trying to fight the energy.
That's so interesting, because everything, as you were saying, like I have had this shield, and I recently came to realize that, and I'm in this process of trying just to let go of that completely.
You're gonna have to go the opposite way. You're gonna have to resist with everything you have against the light. It's the only way you're gonna let it go.
So I'm gonna let go by resisting, you're saying?
Yeah, I want you to resist. I want you to resist all the good that I'm sending to you right now. I want you to resist all the light that I'm sending to you right now. I want you to resist all the love that I'm sending to you right now. I want you to resist all the blessings that I'm sending to you right now. We have to go the opposite way. You have a part of your being that you have built to hold back the blessings, the love, the energy, and everything, so that you can be right about your uncomfortableness about life. So you're playing a game. It's called the vendetta against God. This is the game you're playing. Is I'm going to put up a force field that nothing can change my life and make me feel better. Therefore, I can always say, see, I did it, but nothing changed. And that is the game you get to play with God. So what I want you to do is keep playing it. Resist everything I'm sending you right now. Just keep resisting, and I'll keep reminding you to resist. Watch what happens. Keep resisting. Resist more. Go on. Resist. There you go. Keep resisting. Resist more than that. You can resist more than that. Just don't let any of this love that I'm sending into your being come in. Just keep resisting.
So how do you let it in? How?
Oh, don't worry. You're just resisting, and it's not reverse psychology. It's called playing with energy. Someone said reverse psychology. It's not reverse psychology. It's letting you be your natural self. It's letting your ego be its natural self with the light. So keep resisting. So I'm going to keep increasing the light. Just tell me when you feel it, and notice when you do that with your mouth, that's you resisting. Just keep going. I'm going to increase it now even more. And I want you to notice when you feel the anger coming up inside of what you think is unfair about life, about your life. What's unfair?
I don't think things are really unfair.
Oh, you most certainly do, or you wouldn't have a shield up like that. Go ahead, ask yourself. Say.
Emotion. Is my mind angry? I guess I did feel a sense of yes.
I mean, when you feel that anger growing inside of you, because we're going to have to weed that sucker out.
I feel like my heart beating a lot, for sure.
Preston, brother, I love you. I was listening to you earlier today. So all this anger you have inside is the anger that blocks the spirits, blocks God, blocks the blessing, blocks all the beautiful things that spirit wants to bring into your life. That anger inside of you, that anger that you don't even want to acknowledge is there, that is sitting in your stomach, sitting in your core, is sitting there, keeping that force field up that God has for me. I'm not going to receive all the good that life has for me, because then I can say, look at everything I had to go through, and look at everything that I've had to do, and still things haven't changed. So what is going on? That's where you get to be righteous with God and righteous with your anger. And that anger is just going to get stronger and stronger. So tell me when you feel that anger getting stronger, because it's time for it to go. And every time you're pressing your lips, that's the anger inside. That easy. It can't be that easy. That's all I hear your consciousness saying. Go ahead. Tell me when you feel more of that anger. Because anger is judgment. That's what it is. Anger is hurt. And when you get hurt and you don't have the answer to your hurt, you go into anger, because it's that level up of your judgment from the hurt. And you're judging the world, you have judgments about things, and you're angry about it, and you don't want to be honest about it, because that's the part where human beings don't like to be honest about their authenticity and what they really feel. And that's the anger. So we're going to let more of that anger come up. All that judgment, every single thing you're judging about life, every single thing you're judging about everything, all contribute to that. And just tell me when you feel it even more. The judgment, the anger, hurt. And tell me when you feel it getting stronger. The judgment, the anger, the
not really feeling.
That's the part of your mind that's trying not to feel it right now, because it doesn't want to be vulnerable. I can tell, because I can hear your thoughts playing in your head.
How do I become more vulnerable?
You already are. That's why you're saying I'm not feeling it, because you're trying to push it away. So just tell me when it comes back. It's okay to admit you're scared, my dear. Your mind is trying to analyze it, because that's your ego. It wants to stay safe. So right now, what you're doing is your brain is going, okay, I want to get past this. I want to get past this. Where is it? Where is it? The fact that you're doing that is you trying coming through. It's the way the mind tricks you from trying to feel like it's trying to solve the problem. The mind knows good and well it's not listening to your emotions. And you can even say, why are you afraid? Ask it. Ask the mind. Say, why are you afraid? It'll answer you right away. Ask again, why are you afraid?
Why are you afraid?
Why don't you just admit your fear?
Yeah, and I think it does come down to that where you're saying of being vulnerable. That's a fear I have had for a lot of my life, of just keeping some sort of shield up.
Right. But then say, mind, why don't you just say you're afraid?
Mind, why don't you say you're afraid?
You see what just happened? You see how your eyes just closed? Say it again. Say, why don't you just admit that you're afraid?
Why don't you admit you're afraid?
Say, it's okay to admit that you're afraid.
It's okay to admit you're afraid.
It's okay to admit you're disappointed. It's okay to admit that you're disappointed.
It's okay to admit you're disappointed.
It's okay for you to be angry.
It's okay to be angry.
It doesn't make you a bad person.
It doesn't make me a bad person.
You're disappointed. You can say you're disappointed.
I'm just disappointed.
And what are you disappointed about, my love?
I don't know that I am.
Why don't you ask? Say, why are you disappointed, and let it tell you.
Why am I disappointed?
Say, why are you disappointed?
Why are you disappointed?
Why do you have a hard time admitting that you're disappointed? Why are you trying to be perfect? Hey, why do you have a hard time admitting you're disappointed? Why are you trying to be perfect?
Why do you have a hard time admitting you're disappointed? Why are you disappointed? Why are you trying to be
Oh, it's clear. It's just that you're not letting yourself hear it because you're judging it. Hey, what do you like it when I judge you for how you feel?
Do you like it when I judge you for how you feel?
What did it say? No. Say, I'm sorry for judging you.
I'm sorry for judging you.
I want you to be able to communicate to me without fear.
I want you to be able to communicate with me without fear.
Hey, why are you disappointed, sweetheart?
Why are you disappointed, sweetheart?
Hey, okay, you can tell me why you're disappointed. I won't judge you.
It's okay. You can tell me why you're disappointed. I won't judge you. Maybe expectations is coming up. The word expectations.
Let's get rid of the word maybe, babe, because I feel expectations.
Yeah, I feel expectations.
Babe, how do you feel when I put expectations on you?
How do you feel when I put expectations on you?
I'm here to take responsibility for my actions towards you.
I'm here to take responsibility for my actions towards you.
How do you feel when I put expectations on you?
How do you feel when I put expectations on you? It's like this overwhelming, limiting sensation. Yeah.
Why do I do that?
Where did I learn that from? Well, see, I gotta get rid of that word, but environment. Yeah, just the environment. I have been surrounded and it's coming.
Babe, where did I learn it from? Who did I learn it from?
Who did I learn it from?
What did it say?
Family, probably.
Hey, who in the family? No, probably.
Where in the family? And I hear a lot, Mom.
And say, how did that make you feel?
How did that make you feel?
I'm not here to judge you about how you think about Mom.
I'm not here to judge you.
You think about Mom.
Or how you think about Mom.
I just want to be here to support you.
I just want to be here to support you.
How did it make you feel?
Limited again shows up.
Get angry? Were you angry about that limited feeling?
Yeah, wow, it's making a lot of sense. Yeah, I would say I did carry a lot of anger when I was growing up. Yeah, back home, and I guess it was that sense of seeing a lot of limited beliefs and me trying to fight that and not really following that agenda. I guess where that anger would show up.
And say, is that anger still there and I haven't got rid of it?
Is that anger still there and I haven't got rid of it?
Because am I treating you like Mom treated you?
Am I treating you like Mom treated you?
I won't judge you for telling me the truth.
I won't judge you for telling me the truth. Do I treat you like Mom treated you? Yes. Does that make you hurt, sad, and angry?
Hey, am I trying to stop you from telling me the truth right now because I'm judging it?
Am I trying to stop you from feeling the truth right now because I am judging it? Yes. Yeah.
How would you like me to handle this from now on?
How would you like me to handle this from now on? Just let go.
Say, are you sad because I'm doing this to you?
Are you sad because I'm doing this to you? Yes. Is that the reason why I can't find what I want to do? Yes.
Am I stealing your heaven on earth?
Am I stealing your heaven on earth?
You already know the answer. You already know what you're doing. All the time you putting pressure on yourself and trying to be clever with your mind and shutting out your emotions, you're setting yourself up for more pain. It's time to let go. The wall that you have put up is not the wall that you put up to the world. It's the wall you put up for yourself.
Yeah, that's spot on. Yeah, I realized that I was living a lot in my masculine energy, not even realizing, being a woman, not realizing that I had this feminine energy. And slowly but surely I've been discovering more and more of that. And it's been beautiful. But I think it's just embracing that more and more as I go.
It's embracing the part of yourself that doesn't want a wall up between you guys. You put a wall up thinking you are protecting yourself from the world around you. When you put up a wall protecting yourself from yourself, leaves you more vulnerable than anything to get hurt because you can't know yourself and acknowledge yourself and ask yourself what you truly need because you put a wall up in front of yourself. So how could you receive any energy from me if I was to send it to you? If you can't even put a energy from your own spirit, your own soul can't even give you energy. So I
take responsibility.
Out of your mouth?
Yeah, I felt like I burp or something.
Your body's burping and releasing the darkness that's been keeping you. See, darkness is clever. Darkness says, oh, she wants protection. Let's have her get protection from herself. So that way you'll never know yourself. And if you don't know yourself, then you'll never be able to receive anything. So you'll just be just working harder and harder and harder. Just be hard all the time. So I want you to tell me when you feel love for that little girl. Tell me when it increases and you begin to breathe deeper and breathe into that love for that little girl. And tell me when you feel more love for that little girl, that the poison starts coming out of the poison that you gave to yourself.
I feel the love.
And tell me when it gets even stronger and you feel the love even more for that little girl, and more poison comes out of your mouth. And the more love you give her, the more medicine she gets, and then she can release the poison. And tell me when you feel that coming out of your system. You see how you're pressing your lips like that? That's the resistance. So tell me when you feel more love for your little girl. So much love that you're willing to fully embrace her instead of seeing her as weak. And what sensation are you feeling in your body right now?
The peace, yeah. It's like a lot of energy, and then right now suddenly it's just like a sudden peace.
And tell me when you feel that even stronger. Because with love, you have no excuse. No more hiding behind the darkness. No more barricading yourself from yourself.
Coming back to what we were talking about earlier, like you were asking, do I want it to be easy? And yeah, it feels so easy right now.
Tell me when you feel your throat swallowing. Tell me when you keep feeling it. And every time you feel your throat swallow, tell me when you feel it.
I feel it.
See what's happening to your body.
Yeah,
it's letting go. That's right. And tell me when you feel it even more. So much to the point where you start yawning, coughing, swallowing, or taking deep breaths.
Yeah, taking deep breaths.
Good. The process of the wall is coming down.
I definitely feel that. It's beautiful.
And ask your little girl, say,
are you happy that I'm taking down this wall that I put up between us? Yes.
Say, can you
help me to take down the wall even faster? Yes.
Now you're in the process of making changes in your life, because now the wall is coming down. And once that wall comes completely down between you and her, your life is going to change. Are you excited?
Yeah, I feel very excited.
Good. This is good. I have to go into the studio now, so I'm going to have to end this live. But I love you. Write me and let me know how it goes. I might have some more tips for you.
Should I write you on here, Instagram?
Mm-hmm.
Or, okay.
Your body going through a detox right now. That's why you feel that feeling, right? Lightheadedness right now. That's because your body is shifting.
I feel it, yeah, all throughout my body for sure. Quite amazing. Thank you so much, Shaman. Love everything you do, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me and putting me on. Yeah, I love you so much, and thank you.
I love you too, darling. Let me updated what's going on. I love you.
Will do. Bye.
Just hit the X in the corner. Okay, I wish I could do another one, but that healing was a very long process, because we had to really go in and look at getting her to take responsibility for what she's done to herself. And a lot of times people don't realize that that's what happens, when you create a wall between you and yourself. You think you understand what's going on, but what's really going on is that you've actually limited yourself. So sometimes people don't even receive their blessings because they've put a wall between themselves to even receive those blessings. I love you all. I now have to get ready to go into the studio and film more amazing videos for you, so that you can continue getting amazing information, continuing upgrading yourself, and remembering how powerful you are. I love you. I always love you. And thank you.